Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I really feel like I haven't seen you guys in a long time, and I really haven't done a what sold video in a couple weeks at least. So I wanted to just show you some items that really sell well online, some items that maybe they don't sell too great, and an item that I'm never picking up again. So let's get started and let's show you the first item. The first item I'm going to show you right here is this White House Embroidered Presidential Hat. It was like a Velcro back hat. We picked this up for $1 at a yard sale. It ended up selling for $11.25 plus shipping. Now with this hat, I didn't find any sold comps on eBay for it, so I kind of just went off of what was listed before that, similar hats. But this one I could not find. I'm thinking the buyer might have gotten a good deal, or maybe it was just the average price for one of these hats. So it looks like we're going to stay on some hats for here. I think I have like 4 hats to show you guys, but there's a vintage tied racing hat. This one did have a small mark underneath the brim, $8 plus shipping. Again, all these hats I'm about to show you we picked up at a yard sale for about $1 a piece. So $1 into $8 after fees and stuff. Not really a bad turnaround, and these are honestly easy shippers. They're super light and they're super easy to ship, and we've been having really good luck with hats recently, as you'll be able to tell in this video. So this next hat was a Titleist beige orange hat. This was a nice golf hat. We ended up getting $6 plus shipping. Not as much as I was expecting to get for it, but it just seems like there's a ton of Titleist hats on eBay. So this is one of those items I may hold off next time, but I'll probably still pick it up if it's in good shape. If you start picking up golf hats now, a lot of times people will wait till spring to buy them because some places you can't golf throughout the winter. But maybe if you're out west, you could probably golf. So maybe just list it and hope for the best. The next hat was this Napa Racing Hat. It had like this checker on it, like a checkered look with a checkered flag and also some flames. We ended up getting $6.99 for this. Again, these are one of the hats, just like the Titleist, I'm not 100% sure I'll pick up again. I may or may not if the price is right, but there are just so many Napa hats listed on eBay right now that the market, I just feel, is flooded. But racing hats normally do sell. So I probably would pick it up again, like I said, if the price is right, and you might just have to sit on it. With these hats, though, we sold these pretty quickly, which was nice. We didn't sit on them too long, and we moved them out of here, so we're happy with that. I'm almost positive this is the last hat for this video. Sherman Williams Vintage Painter's Hat. I was kind of shocked on this one. I think we picked this up at the yard sale down in Virginia that we went to. I feel like this hat was clean. It was white. I don't think there was any marks on it. $9.99 plus shipping. So when you think hats won't sell too great, well, hey, we probably paid $1 for it. We end up getting $10 plus shipping. This next item, we probably only have, we probably have less than $1 into this thing. It is a signed first edition Rocky Blyer book, hardcover book. We end up getting $24.99 for this. Now the kicker on this one is the book cover itself, the paper cover, I'm guessing, or the jacket, dust jacket, I'm guessing is what it's called, was not in really good shape. But when I looked it up on eBay after I purchased it, a lot of them were not in good shape. So it seemed like a lot of them were in really bad shape, but they still sell. So we ended up getting this at a church fill-a-bag sale a couple weeks ago, and we filled a bag for either 10 or 15 bucks with a ton of stuff that we've actually sold, and a couple things are in this video. But we ended up getting $24.99 plus shipping on this book. 25 bucks for a book that wasn't in that great shape. Now, with that being said, some people will take the signature page out of this where it is signed and maybe cut it out and frame it and mat it with a photo. So that is also something to think about too. If you find a book that is signed by somebody, you could cut it out and sell it as a cut signature and still make some money on it. This next one I will pick up every day, all day. Wii Sports. This one had the manual and the case, $16.59 plus shipping. I probably could have gotten a little bit more out of it, but this seemed to be the going rate at the moment. We picked up a Wii bundle with a bunch of games. This one was in it, and I knew this one sells, so I took it out of the bundle that I'm going to list on eBay, and I figured I could flip it for some quick money. And I did. It's probably only listed for about a day or two, and again, this is an easy one to ship. It is super light. Package it up and get it out of here. I actually just picked up another Wii bundle, and it has another Wii Sports in it. So if I see Wii Sports in a bundle and I know I can easily make 15 bucks, 15 to 20 bucks on it, then that takes off the price that I'm paying for the Wii bundle. This next sale was a mind-blowing sale for me. We were at a yard sale not too long ago, and we picked up a vintage Rolling Rock advertisement. It was a horse. It's like a bookend. I overpaid on it. But this next item, they gave to me for $1. Now, they were vintage Auto Point mechanical pencil erasers. It was a lot of 23 tubes, 93 erasers total. They were basically brand new in the pack. I think one box was missing one tube, and maybe the Pentel one was missing a tube also. Now, these were listed for about 3 days. I had messages about the Pentel one. I could have probably sold that Pentel box alone for half the price of this, if not more. But I decided just to sell them as a lot to keep it super easy. Well, after I sent that message about not wanting to split them up, somebody came in and bought a full asking price of $38 plus shipping for some vintage erasers. Again, these ones are nice and light. Tossed them in a box so they didn't get crushed, and I got them out of here. So always keep your eyes out for vintage erasers, and they are a really, really easy flip. This next one was a really fun sale. This was the sale I picked up for my neighbor. They had this Oros Orion Series women's hooded jacket. It's a heavy winter jacket, brand new with tags. It was in the bundle with some jerseys, which I'll show you here in a second, some shoes, which sold, but I'm not sure if they're in this video because I only picked select items for this one. Yeah, but this jacket only lasted about 6 hours. I listed the jacket $129.99 and got full asking price. So the shipping was a little bit higher because this jacket is heavy. It fit into a large priority mailbox, but it did have some weight to it. So buyer got it, buyer left feedback, and they're super happy with this jacket. Now I wish this jacket would have fit my wife, but it was a little bit too big because this is honestly a really nice jacket for the winter. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this jacket sells used, but it might be worth to look it up and see because you might find these at a yard sale pretty cheap. This next one is a really fun sale too. If you guys know already, we are big fans of Tupperware. Well, I'm going to call this Tupperware's first cousin. I think that sounds about right. But it's vintage Fremware. Now Fremware, I don't think it's as good as Tupperware, but it's good enough for what you need it for. We had this lot of 4 plastic snack trays. We ended up getting $6.60 for these trays. Super easy again. These had to go priority mail because they were just a tad over 16 ounces, especially once you package them up, because you definitely don't want these things to break. With them being vintage and plastic, something falls on them, they're going to crack. I'm not sure, 100% sure how these ones are made compared to Tupperware, but I feel that these would actually break if something dropped on it. And we all know how the Postal Service handles some packages. You might want to package it up to make sure it gets there safely. But we will pick Fremware up whenever we see it for a reasonable price. A lot of times people have Fremware cheaper than they do Tupperware because they just don't realize that it still sells comparable to Tupperware. Actually, one of these bins behind me, I still have a bunch of Fremware in there too, and I think I have more sets of these plates. This next sale was a sale that I haven't sold one of these in a long time, and this one was sitting at the house for a little bit. It's a Sony DVD VCR combo. A lot of time VCR players sell really well. We ended up getting $51 plus shipping. We took a best offer, shipped it out, buyer is happy with it. And I think we are only about $5 into this thing. So this next sale, which I just mentioned a little bit ago with the jacket, we picked up some hockey jerseys in the sale from our neighbor. These were 2 Reebok Sidney Crosby Winter Classic jerseys, one from 2011 and one from 2008 whenever they played in it. We ended up getting full asking price for each jersey at $59.99 plus shipping. I'm thinking I listed these too low because they sold within an hour of me listing them. But for what I paid for the lot and everything, I was super happy just to get these out of here. Now I still have 1 or 2 jerseys left, so waiting for those to sell. But yeah, we got $119.98 plus shipping for both of these, which I did refund the buyer some money because the shipping was overcharged, and they were a local buyer, so I was able to refund some of their money and get them some money back. So this next sale was a good sale too. This was a Sony Handycam DCR-SX63. It had the manual, it had the charger, and a battery. We ended up getting $155 plus shipping for this one. Do not sleep on these Sony Handycams. People still want them, and they're good sellers. Now, this is the item I will never pick up again. I picked this up for $1. I only got $3.99 plus shipping for this. I thought this thing was going to sell for a ton more, since there were some sales that were higher. But man, let me tell you, this one did not sell for a lot of money. It is a Spice Girls Barbie doll, Posh Spice, new in box. Yeah, I got $4 for it. I paid $1. I did not make much on this, but I'm super happy to see it finally get out of here. We had it for a little bit of time, and I wish this thing would have sold for more money. It just took up, these Barbies take up some space, and they just, I thought they sold for more, and I made a mistake. Sometimes our buys are mistakes. Sometimes you see something different whenever you scan and you pick it up, or you don't scan it at all, thinking that it's great, and you lose out on some. We didn't lose out, but we didn't make much. And last but not least for this video, we sold Heinz Field cup holder clips. Yes, you heard that right. I'm going to pop all three up on the screen here and show you. We sold one for $25, we sold one for $22.22, and we sold one for $26.99. Now, if you guys don't already know, Heinz Field changed their name this year. To all of us Pittsburghers, it will always be known as Heinz Field. Well, I came across some of the cup holder clips that they took off because guess what? They can't use them anymore because it has the Heinz Field logo on it. So I was lucky enough to come across a few, which I still have some listed in the eBay store. Link is down below if you're interested in them. But they're not that big, maybe an inch or two, but they're super cool, a piece of Heinz Field. And I was able to sell 3 of them already, and it already is paid for what I have into them, so now it's pretty much strictly profit. I actually have one sitting right here, so this just shows you how big it is right here, but it has the Heinz Field logo right there. Let the camera focus, so it's super cool. It's the clip that would sit on the front. They did say that there was a small screw that held onto it, but I didn't get the screws with it, so now I'm in the hunt for a cup holder or two to mount on my back porch to use the clips on, which I think would be kind of cool. So these things sell really well, so if you start to see Heinz Field memorabilia, I would start picking it up because I think a lot of people are going to start purchasing it because it's no longer Heinz Field. It might be difficult to find it in other areas of the country, but if you're in the Pittsburgh area watching this, keep your eyes open for Heinz Field stuff. I think you're going to start seeing it a lot more pop up at yard sales, estate sales, and you might want to think about picking it up or at least scanning to see if it's worth picking up. So that is all I have for you for this What's Sold video. I know it's been a super long time since I showed what we have sold. Now we did have some more sales, but I only wanted to show you some of the select few items that were really good sale items. You can always go to our store, hit the sold items, and actually see what's sold. But I don't want to sit here and give you a 30-minute video on stuff that's sold for $3 or $2. I plan on doing these videos every couple weeks just to show you some of the items to keep an eye out for while you're out sourcing, that you might find and say, hey, I would have never thought this item was sold this well, but hey, I remember Mike found it and he made a good profit on it. So hopefully you guys are having a great summer, end of summer. I guess it's about that. I guess it is towards the end of summer already. Kids are back at school, everything's just going crazy, life is hectic, but we're still having fun, and that's all. So until next time, guys, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep picking. Bye.